Oh my God. Oh God. My God. It's so good. This is unbelievable. That is so good.
I am told your people are known for creating some of the most sought-after pornographic simulations in the galaxy.
My God, who makes these things? Okay, this is a hostile work environment.
We need no longer fear the banana.
Does it work on all fruit?
What about salads?
I am sorry you are upset. Perhaps you are on your period.
Tractor beam activated. It's pulling us in. Oh no!
I would be happy to attempt sexual relations with you, Lieutenant. I am awaiting my dinner. This has caused me to become displeased.
Takes a special kind of garbage person, if you ask me. Weird how some guys can treat a woman that way and somehow just not be bothered by it.
Boom, bitch!
Really? This is my job? How did I win at life? But I did. I won, yeah.
Boom, that's what I was talking about.
It's true, he was just talking about that.
Hey, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's go!
Hey, man, I'm on your side. I always knew Isaac was a scumbag. Only had one thing on his mind, that guy. You're better off without him.
I am sorry you are upset. Perhaps you are on your period.
I am told your people are known for creating some of the most sought-after pornographic simulations in the galaxy.
Takes a special kind of garbage person, if you ask me.
Shut up, Wesley.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a new fun thing.
Weird how some guys can treat a woman that way and somehow just not be bothered by it.
I can promise you that if anyone comes at you or tries to take you down, I'm gonna mess them up first.
Lieutenant Malloy has informed me that I would look pretty good with a mustache.
The tingles. I feel as if I have been standing my entire life and I just sat down.
Now entering Glory Hall.
Egotastic Fun Time.
Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to the Talking the Orville live show SPLOSION on Egotastic Fun Time. Tonight we are here gathered for this wonderful thing we call the Orville, the show that has brought us all together these last couple of years, and for some of us, shorter than that because we jumped on the Orville train later. There's a lot of entertainment out there the last few years. It's hard to catch up with everything, but for those of you who have just caught up, welcome to Egotastic Fun Time, where we talk about all things the Orville. When season 3 gonna premiere? We don't know, and now we definitely don't know, thanks to the hardships that we're as a planet going through right now. But if anyone is thinking planet-wide, it is the Orville, you guys. They want us to enjoy our future, assuming that we have a future laid out for us. The future is coming. We just don't know if humanity will be there, but hey, something will be there. The plants, the trees, the dogs are immune apparently, so there'll be dogs everywhere. Dogs will be the new race that takes over and maybe walks on their hind legs for once, you know, a couple 100,000 years from now. You know how evolution works, you guys. Let's get my background music going. So glad to be here, you guys. Let's see who's here. I want to say some hellos. Make sure I press the right button. Right now, we got Archmage Frey, official channel member Brian Dawkins, Bryce Stott, official channel member Dan Crane, Jay Botero, Jesper117, Lone Puppy, Tom Mascione, and a couple other names that I saw in the actual chat, YouTube. If I start up the chat window too soon, I don't get all the names right away, and then I see here names are filing in. What's going on, you guys? We'll get to you in the chat. How's your quarantine going? Are you guys worried? I'm a little bit worried. Well, I'm not worried. I'm not worried because, you know, I could just be patient. As Orville fans, we have learned a long time ago to be patient. There was a long time between season 1 and season 2. There was already going to be a long time between season 2 and season 3. And now that the entire world shut down last month and we don't know when the world is going to reopen again, everything has stopped. All of Hollywood has stopped. Everything where groups of people get together has stopped. The Orville being a show that takes about 100 people to put each episode together that are, could be on set at one time. Filming has stopped. All Hollywood filming has stopped. So the question is, will this make it so that the premiere of season 3 is delayed? There's been no official announcement. I would assume yes. It makes sense that it would be delayed, correct? They had to stop filming. They were meant to be filming all the way up until June. Now, of course, they're still working on the show. The editing is being done as we speak. I now know, thanks to Mike Henry, who plays Lieutenant Dan, who interviewed Seth MacFarlane the other night on Instagram, because that's a thing that happens nowadays. Seth said that they had, before the shutdown, they had filmed 6 episodes of season 3. Now, of course, season 3 is going to be 11 episodes. So they still have 5 episodes to shoot. Also, they're jumping around like all productions do. You don't necessarily film, everything in sequential order. You get this episode done and then this other episode done. It's not necessarily sequential. So just because they have 6 episodes filmed does not mean that they are the correct episodes. They could have episode 8 or 9 already filmed, and they don't have episode 5 or 6 filmed, things like that. Also, I do know, thanks to Seth MacFarlane, that they have they're currently right now editing episode 3. So we do know that episode 3 is being worked on right now. Sorry, something happened in my ears, you guys. But there's still work that I think needs to be done that takes a lot of people. Even if an episode is completely finished, if an episode is edited, if an episode has all the effects done, you still kind of need, especially with Seth MacFarlane, you need that orchestra, that big orchestra to get together in a room and lay out all the music, record all the music for every moment, every scene of an episode. So just because they have everything edited doesn't even mean that they have everything edited. There's still little things that have to be done. The world needs a reboot. Well, Lone Puppy, the world is getting that reboot. Right now, we are in the middle of the reboot. The question is, once we're done, will the world be a remake? We're rebooting it, but will the reboot eventually end up being a remake? Are we remaking the world? I think we probably are. Ooh, does that mean there's a better version of me out there once this is all done and over with? That'd be cool. That'd be worth it. A better version of me. I'd like that. Bryce Stott says, I am worried that I will be a patient. I would say don't worry. I don't want anyone to worry, but there is reason to worry, is there not? So it's kind of like, oh, don't worry about that, but, worry about the precautions. Don't worry about getting infected because you're not infected yet, nor will you might ever be, but definitely worry about the precautions that need to be taken. Animated Orville. That would be cool. No, you're the best JP there is. Oh, there's got to be a better JP out there. One JP was a pope. He was JP the second, which means JP the first was a pope. Am I JP the third? Oh my God. They're recasting me with Melissa McCarthy. Oh, I'd be fine with that. I'm cool with. I like Melissa McCarthy. What's up, Tricity FN? Caleb Richardson. What's going on, you guys? I also want to make a pledge. I already, I'm not really focusing on content creation right now because I've been doing the deliveries, in my community to help people stay at home. I deliver their food to them so they can stay at home. That's probably going to go on for a little while. But I am the whole time thinking about, Egotastic FunTime, bringing it back full force. Eventually it will happen. And I want to have a new focus, a new season. I want to do some different types of content. Very Orville-centric content. Very, very Orville-centric content. As well as some more helpful videos to help people do some stuff. I want to, I know things. I want to help teach some of those things to people that might be interested. But also hardcore Orville sci-fi stuff, right? But as a community, as a fandom, what can we all do to help keep the Orville excitement going? We were already doing that, right? We're already put it upon ourselves a little bit to keep the Orville hype going. We meet up every Thursday. We talk about the Orville online, things like that. We watch the Orville. so that all the algorithms know that people like watching the Orville. But going forward, I want to make a pledge that I want to go harder at it. I want to put more Orville stuff out there. So I do have my new series that I'm going to be putting out called the Orville Egoverse. I decided on a name, the Orville Egoverse, which will go deep dive into episodes of the Orville, into alien races, into ships, stuff like that, background information on the Orville, kind of a companion series, more than just a review type stuff or speculations or news, but actually just, you know, a companion. If you like the Orville, maybe you'll like this video explaining things about the Orville to you, that type of thing. But also, I plan on doing more parody songs for the Orville, more little sketches and just weird stuff that I cut together, you know, weird stuff in my brain, polls that I put online about the Orville. Just keep the Orville going. A lot of the stuff I'm talking about isn't necessarily even on the Egotastic FunTime channel type stuff, because some stuff I might just make a 15-second clip of something, or a 30-second, you know, little sketch. That stuff I'll put on, you know, on the Twitch page and the Facebook page and stuff like that. But yeah, just keep the conversation going so that all the other fandoms are like, man, why the hell does everyone keep talking about the Orville? It's going to be forever before another season. I didn't even finish season 1, blah, 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 blah. Well, they're not going to be able to escape the Orville, you guys. We're going to keep talking about it till the point where they're like, maybe I should check this show out or give it a second chance. That is our job. That's definitely going to be my job going forward. I've always considered that to kind of be my job, but now I want to refocus and just keep at it harder. Make those Orville memes, you guys. Put those polls up. Have conversations. If people are, you know, want to do their toxic thing that people like to do on the internet, just ignore them and keep talking about how much you love the Orville. Simple as that. That's what I'm doing. What are you gonna do? Uncle JP wants you. JP, read us the Orville comics. I'm definitely going to be reading the new Orville comics come up. The first issue comes out June 3rd. It's called Launch Day. I'm definitely going to be reading that when it comes out. It'll probably come out on a Tuesday, and we'll be doing our live Thursday shows, so I'll definitely be reading it live the following Thursday. What's up, official channel member Geolaw? Yeah, notifications are a little bit tough. Also, I had a false start. I started the stream as per usual, and no one was showing up. And I'm like, well, that's never happened before. Nobody has showed up? That's impossible. That's never happened in all these years. And then I realized, oh, the other day I did a test stream. So I made the stream private so no one could see it, just so I could test this feature out that I wanted to try out. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot to send it back to public, to set it to public. So then I stopped the stream, I set it to public, and I restarted it. That's why I was a couple minutes late. The Beaumont resident, JP, good to see you. I've had to watch over a few times Data's death scene from Picard. Oh my God, makes me cry each time. What acting. Yeah, the death scene was great. Also, the metaphorical stuff that was going on in Data's death scene was great. Him, you know, growing old really fast, which was all just metaphorical stuff. Also, though, I realized after watching it a couple days later, I realized, in going through it again, that actually wasn't Data. That was kind of Data. That was just a little smidgen of his neurons that was with a very complicated holographic algorithm. The holographic program did its best to reconstruct what it thought Data would be. So it actually wasn't even really Data. It was just a very advanced hologram of Data. Kind of like when Geordi made a hologram of that engineer doctor, that lady, and he fell in love with her, but she was just a hologram, and then he met the real life version of her, and she did not share the same feelings. It's kind of like that to me. JP, get your shiz together. I know, right? Yeah, it was set to private when I started the stream, and I'm like, that's impossible. No one has showed up. That's never happened. And I was like, oh, maybe YouTube's like hiding the stream. I was like, wait a minute. I set it to private the other day because I was testing out a feature, and I forgot to set it back. Someone needs to do a music video of Data's life, ending with that scene too. Superman by Five for Fighting. Oh, I'll be your Superman. Or is it the other Superman song? There was 2 Superman songs that came out a couple years apart from each other. Dr. Leah Brahms, that's absolutely the name. Now, for those of you who joined the impromptu the impromptu Egotastic FunTime Twitch show earlier today, I went on, I did an impromptu Twitch show because Twitch has a new feature, a new watch party feature where they have a whole bunch of stuff, a list of a ton of stuff from Amazon Prime that you can watch along with everybody. So the video, whatever we're watching plays on my page, and then a little video of me is in the corner, and you can adjust the volume, my volume, the show's volume, however you want it, which is great. So we watched TNG episode part 1, season 5, season finale, Time's Arrow part 1. We watched that together. We chatted, did our regular live stream thing, all the while the episode was playing. Maybe we'll do that again sometime. So what do you guys think we can do to help keep, what other things besides, you know, the Thursday show and some Orville videos that I do, can we do to help keep the Orville hype up so that, you know, not only we're having a great time talking about the Orville, but other people are seeing us have a great time talking about the Orville. That's the most important part, is people seeing us and like, hey, those people are having a nice, positive, fun time. I want to be a part of that. JP, how about writing fan fiction for the Orville? You guys go ahead and write fan fiction for the Orville. Maybe if some fan fiction comes out that's really good, maybe I could do a little something with it. Maybe I can read it or something like that, or at least a chapter of it. I, for one, don't write fan fiction. When I write something, I just write fiction, or something new that I created, that I made up, a new world that I discovered in my brain. I don't know if I'm going to cover Dune yet. I know that here's the thing about Dune, Paul. I've never been a huge Dune fan, but I've always appreciated Dune. I've always liked Dune. I've just never been like hardcore into it. I know Russell Crowe's in the new one. I was like, ooh, that'd be great. I love Russell Crowe. Imagine if they did Dune back in Russell Crowe's Gladiator days. That would have been amazing. I'm excited about Dune, but I'm not hardcore keeping up with it because I'm kind of like, I would like to kind of just be surprised when it comes out, and, well, assuming movie theaters ever open again, when it comes out, and go see what, you know, experience it. So I kind of have a new thing going where I want to cover things, if I cover anything at all, I want to cover things that I'm excited, that I know I'm excited about, that I know, that things that I know I enjoy. So we'll have to see. If I go watch it and I like it, then yes, I will cover it. But but one problem I do have is Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet is very talented. He's a very talented kid, a very good actor. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's his hair or if it's his face. The dude annoys me, and it's not his fault at all. It's all me. It's all on me. The problem's not him. The problem is me. For some reason, Timothée Chalamet, whatever you call him, annoys the crap out of me. And I see that he's a wonderful actor. I see he's a very talented kid. I see he's not some dummy. He seems very smart and eloquent. For some reason, he annoys the crap out of me. How about you? Does Timothée Chalamet annoy the crap out of you? For no good reason. It's all some sickness in my brain. So I'm going to do my best to not let Timothy affect my viewing. Talking the Orville, having live stream guests. The Smoke. When I have a guest, Smoke, you're going to be the first. Eric the Smoke Moran, you guys, the creator of the Orville fan film, A Planetary Step. We will be getting that worked out soon, Smoke. Smoke will be one of my first live guests. We did a few live guests back in the past. we're going to do it again. The show setup will be a little bit different. You know, we got all the flashy stuff going here. When I do live guests, I'm going to be using a different program besides OBS just to make it easier. So it'll be a different setup. The Beaumont resident says, I would like to connect the dots from all episodes, create a strategy to predict how the writers brainstorm, show how episode 1 may connect to the last episode. Oh, it does. Some 6 degrees separation kind of stuff. Ooh, I like that. And if anybody can do that, it's me, because I got Orville in my brain like crazy. So, I like that a lot. 6 degrees of the Orville. Well, that'd still be part of the Orville egosphere. I'll just have whatever the topic is. So yeah, the first episode, the pilot episode, Old Wounds, very much connects to the season 2 finale, The Road Not Taken, especially because of, well, not only the relationship between Ed and Kelly, but of course because of the anti-banana ray. None of this would have been possible without the anti-banana ray. JP, it'd be great if you could get an Orville cast member interviews. Now they're all quarantined. Or maybe get one on a live stream. Yeah, live streams are tough because they have to be available during this time, but at least an actual just interview that I cut up and put out, or maybe play during the live stream. But live streams would be fun. It's just anything that I schedule, I have to say, okay, they're supposed to call in. Hopefully they do. But yeah, you're right. Everyone's quarantined. This would be a great time. The Smoke says, thanks so much, JP. You got the meats. You got the meats, Smoke. You got the meats. Egosphere. I like it. Or this Egosphere or Egoverse? I think I wanted to do Egosverse. But Egosphere is also very good. I think it is about the Dune, either some TV show or movie remake they're going to make. Yeah, whatever they make with the new Dune, I'm not super familiar with Dune, like hardcore familiar, so whatever they do isn't going to affect any of my opinions on the films, or the film, which is good, I guess. It's very rare nowadays. Anything that's franchised is basically a reboot or a remake that I'm very familiar with, so it's very nice that I can see a reboot or remake that I'm not super duper familiar with. Though I'm gonna be pretty pissed off when I don't see Patrick Stewart in the film. Damn it. And his little mullet. The brown guy.
Tractor beam activated. It's pulling us in. Oh no!
Hey JP, how goes everything? Been a while. It has been a while. It has been a while. I haven't been putting out hardly any videos at all. I put out one today about my thoughts on whether or not the Orville season 3 premiere will be delayed. I feel like it will. It seems like it should. Even if it isn't. If it's not delayed, I'm going to be very surprised and very impressed, to tell you the truth, if they're able to get the show out, even though the filming has been delayed by 4 or 5 months, because they're not supposed to come back until September. But also, if things ease up, if all these regulations ease up sooner than later, don't feel like they should ease up sooner than later, but if they do, then maybe they'll get back to filming a little bit sooner. But also, whatever is the smartest thing that the CDC recommends, I'm sure is what Seth MacFarlane is going to follow. He's a science dude. He follows what the scientists say. So if the scientists say, you know, wait till this time, that's what he's going to do, I'm pretty sure. I'm also 2 episodes behind on Westworld. I do need to get caught up because I have been enjoying this season of Westworld a lot more. In just 1 or 2 episodes, I was like, I already enjoyed this season a lot more than season 2. Never will enjoy it as much as season 1. But I did hear that season 3 is what they actually pitched to HBO a few years ago when they wanted to make the Westworld series. They actually pitched season 3 as the start of the series, but they decided, little gravy, is to do these first 2 seasons leading up to the main season that they wanted to start the show off with. So that's pretty cool, I guess, because season 1 was the best season, and I don't think they're ever going to be able to outdo it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Dune as well, but probably not in the same way as other people that are big fans of it are. I'm into it because I'm like, oh man, it's such a great universe. If it's done well, I hope it's done well. Seems like it probably will be done well. Then I'm totally into it. Also, I just like big things coming out that I'm not super familiar with, because that is just so rare. Like I said, everything is just a damn remake or a reboot or a revival. Revival! Come here, boy! Fisheray77, I need the Orville to rinse Picard out of my brain. Oh God, I love the new Picard series. Well, at least the first season. I loved it, but the Orville is always going to be a superior Star Trek style show to me, as far as anything new that's coming out. Also, season 2 of Picard isn't going to be telling the same story that season 1 did, so I really have no opinions on what season 2 is at this point. I just know that the story told, a complete story in season 1, was the story that I've been wanting to hear for years. Season 2 might be amazing, but it's not going to be the same type of story. That story's been told. Westworld is really subtle and gorgeous. Season 2 was unfortunate. Season 1 was perfect. Season 1 was absolutely perfect. Season 2, like you said, unfortunate. Season 3 is some of the best world building I've ever seen on anything, any type of show. The world building is absolutely next level stuff when it comes to Westworld Season 3. When everything you see doesn't seem like, oh, let's just take a chair from 2019 and put it in the shot. No, everything looks like it's 40 or 50 years in the future. Stephen Klein.
I would be happy to attempt sexual relations with you, Lieutenant.
Let's do it, Lieutenant. If a Kaelon sphere took on a Borg sphere, who wins? The Borg! The Borg wins that fight. Easy. Because here's what we know about Kaelon spheres. Powerful, but killable. They are pretty killable. The Krill came along and was just tearing them up, no problem. A Borg sphere, they can, regenerate themselves. They're very powerful. The shields that can adjust, all that good stuff. So I think a Borg sphere would kick a Kaelon sphere's ass, because a Kaelon sphere isn't really meant to be indestructible. It's just meant to be instantly replaced. When you take down one Kaelon sphere, another one pops right up, just like with the Kaelon. You take down a Kaelon, another one takes its place. Smoke says, back to the dance.
We must return to the dance! The night is ours!
Remember Bortus's dance? And thank you for following Brookie A. I see that message on the screen there. I agree, Dr. Scott. I was really into season 1, but season 2 lost me. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah, season 2 of Westworld, going into season 3, I understand what's going on, but almost everything that happened in season 2, I cannot remember. I remember there was a beach. I think there was an elephant at some point. That's pretty much all I can remember. No, I didn't. I'm going to watch that tonight, Christina. Christina says, JP, did you watch What We Do in the Shadows last night? I love that show. I absolutely adore What We Do in the Shadows, because I love all mockumentary style shows. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Mockumentary style shows are my favorite type of comedy. Has been for a very long time. One idea that I have, I'm not going to, I have a sci-fi idea for a show, and it's mockumentary style. That's as far as I can go into, but I do have an idea that I am working on. It's all about just putting it down on paper, you guys. But no, the new season 2 of What We Do in the Shadows just premiered last night. It's on Hulu. I don't know if it's on Hulu the same night, because FX moved over to Hulu or something like that. I haven't checked into it lately, but I remember that FX stuff is all going to Hulu now. So I don't know if it's going to be a next day thing, or if FX, the channel, is leaving and they're just moving all their stuff over to Hulu. I don't know, but on Hulu is the first episode of season 2 of What We Do in the Shadows, and I will be enjoying that tonight. The Brown Guy says, just got HBO. Is Westworld actually worth watching? Well, if you've never seen season 1 of Westworld is one of the best shows ever made. Absolutely one of the best damn shows ever made. Season 2, take it for what it is. I don't even know how to describe it, but so far, at least with the first 3 episodes, because I'm 2 episodes behind on season 3 of Westworld, season 3's got me back, but it's not the same as season 1. But I'm very interested in the story of what's going on, at least with the first 3 episodes. I don't know what season 4, season 5 is going to do, to my opinion. You're doing a Space Command drawing to send to Mark Zickery? Oh, that's awesome, Kevin. Send that to me as well after you send it to him. I'd love to see it. You think it's next day? That makes sense. I just don't know what deal FX has, because FX is owned by Fox. Fox is now owned by Disney. Disney, of course, owns all of that, and Hulu. So I know that their plans were to put all FX stuff on Hulu, to move it over. I don't know if they're getting rid of the FX channel, but I do know that they're moving all the FX stuff over to Hulu. Yeah, Westworld is epic. Season 2, some people might like season 2. It's got some very interesting stuff. A couple of really amazing episodes. That Native American episode, that Shogun type episode. Those were both absolutely incredible episodes. What's good on Hulu that isn't rated R? All I've been watching on there is Star Trek. Oh God, there's a million things. Check out their movies. The movies on there are, they got some of the best movies on there. Of all ratings. As far as what's not rated R, they got tons of stuff that's not rated R. I just can't think of it right now. But I'm sure you guys know. I watch all my modern television on there. I watch, everything I watch that's on regular TV, it's always available on Hulu the very next day. Disney will eventually own them all. One mouse to rule them all. Oh man, Future Man, this final season of Future Man was so great. BS crazy. Such a crazy season. The final season. Definitely rated R. Hard rated R. Not as rated R as the previous 2 seasons, but very rated R with Future Man. The Handmaid's Tale, subject matter is probably kind of rated R. Have you seen the Picard teaser trailer from Red Letter Media? No, I saw that it existed, but I hadn't watched it. I love Mike and Jay, but a lot of the opinions they were giving me on Picard I knew weren't correct on certain facts that they were giving. So I was like, oh man, you guys, it's fine if I didn't know that the facts that weren't researched, whatever, because then I'll just watch it for whatever the comedy is, because I love Red Letter Media. But they kept saying things that I knew weren't true, so I had to stop with all their Picard coverage. Herbalman, it's What We Do in the Shadows. It's on Hulu. You gotta watch What We Do in the Shadows. Also, the movie that came out a couple years ago, What We Do in the Shadows. Such a good movie. Such a good movie if you like mockumentary style. This is Spinal Tap type of stuff. About vampires. Absolutely incredible. This is the TV show version of it. 911 and Blackish, says Kevin Scott. Now, 911 is, in my opinion, part of the Orville family. 911 is made by the same, a lot of the same people. Tom Constantino's done a lot of editing for 911. Fuse FX works on 911. The not sequel, but the other series, 911 Lone Star, stars Rob Lowe, who of course played Derulio in Cupid's Dagger. He's the star of 911 Lone Star. It might be free. What We Do in the Shadows, the movie, might be free on Prime if you have Amazon Prime. Oh, Stephen Klein, JP, if the Mocklins leave the Union, which I think is a risk, of the Mocklins could leave the Union. They've obviously are just using the Union for monetary reasons, to sell their weaponry. They obviously don't believe in the lifestyle of practically any race. They're obviously very judgmental. At least the government is, not necessarily all the citizens. So yeah, if the Moclans could threaten to leave and start attacking Union ships, they definitely twice with the Moclans needlessly went too far and attacked the Orville. First off, they kind of oopsie daisied attacked the Orville in season 1, episode 3, about a girl when the Orville, the shuttle pod was flying, to the courtroom or whatever, and they went over this area that's testing weapons, and the weapons got really close. They're like, "Hey!" and the watch out! You almost destroyed us. And the Moclan was like, "Oh, sorry." And they did that again in the episode Deflectors in season 2 with oh God, what's his name? Anyway, in that episode, when they were testing the deflectors, and the Moclans, they said, "Okay, let's do a test run. Fire at us, like we agreed. No torpedoes." And they shot torpedoes. And it's like, "Hey, we said no torpedoes." And the captain was like, "Oopsie daisy." Those don't seem like accidents to me. The Moclans are a problem. They've been a problem. Also, we don't know what's up with Bortus. Is it an exchange program, or is it just part of the Union? Bortus is like, "Hey, we're part of the Union. I want to join the Union. Cool, let's do that. Get out of here for a while. The air sucks on Moclus." We don't know if he could be called back. Like, he might not be able to be ordered back because he is part of the Union. There's not like some Moclan people that control him, right? But he can piss some Moclans off, and it definitely would tear apart him leaving Moclus, or leaving Moclus behind, or not doing what Moclus wants, would cause a rift between him and Clyden for sure. But there's always a rift between Bortus and Clyden, and I'm not talking about their boy wieners, you guys. Yeah, no torpedoes. We said no torpedoes. Don't you remember saying no torpedoes? You were right there. I was right there. If the Orville killed the main character, who do you think would have the most impact? I feel like it would be Gordon. Oh God, killing Gordon would be like what happened to Wash, right? It would be like what happened to Wash or to Trip. Huge impact. I'm still not over Wash. I agree. Gordon would have the biggest impact as far as people getting the feels. I think fans, even knowing it's just a show, would probably go out and have, candlelight vigils and stuff like that. Tom Marcioni says, trivia, at least 30 actors who appear in the Orville have also acted in the Star Trek franchise. That would be a good video, Tom. That would be a good Egotastic video. Yes, a lot of those actors that were from Star Trek that have done something on the Orville was done on purpose. Seth MacFarlane likes to get those Star Trek actors onto the show. Star Trek's not using them, so he might as well use them, right? Yeah, I'm still not overwatched. That was devastating to me. Oh yeah, there's a war with the Kaylons, and the Moclans are problematic, very problematic. And there's the Krill and possibly an uneasy alliance. Well, I'll tell you right now, that alliance is uneasy. Especially we're going to see that in the comic book coming up, Launch Day. It is a conflict between the Orville and the Krill. This is season 2.5. We already have that treaty. That treaty with the Krill to take out to help us against the Kaylon is signed and done, and we're going to be having a conflict with them over a planet that is outside of the Union's jurisdiction. I believe it's a human planet, a planet with humans on it, but at some point they broke off a long time ago, something like that, and they're doing some stuff on that planet, and the Krill are like, we got to take care of this. And the Union's like, no, we have to save these people, even though they're not in our jurisdiction anymore. We got to work out a thing. So we'll be getting some more information on that on June 3rd. This is why Seth rocks. Oh yeah, Ed Mercer. Oh, wouldn't it suck because Seth does have his new contract with NBC coming up. I don't know. We have no idea if it's going to affect his work on the Orville. Just because this is a different type of thing where he's building teams and helping create things that, you know, he gets a team all set up and the team goes and creates some stuff for NBC. You know, I would think, because being Captain Ed on the Orville is a much bigger, long-lasting thing than whatever his 5-year deal with NBC is going to be, because, you know, something like this, the Orville, that type of franchise, that type of fandom, goes on forever. It goes along your entire life with you. But I would think that at this point he has done a lot of work to hand the reins over a little bit to other people on the Orville, training them. They all seem very capable from what I've seen, so that he can just come in a little bit more and just be Captain Ed. I'm sure he'll still have a stake in things, you know, he'll have control, but just not have to do as much, just really focus more on being Ed. So hopefully they don't kill off Ed and replace him, because Seth wants to go do NBC. I think Seth would want to stay with the Orville. Seth would want to do both things, I assume. Oh, Tom says, I expect the treaty to turn sour, but Captain Mercer may save the day. Yeah, I think the treaty would always be at risk, and to the point where it's going to blow up if Ed doesn't do something. And of course, Ed's going to do that thing and save the day for sure. Otherwise, what's the point? So, could someone on the Orville watch a Star Wars movie? Yes, the Star Wars does in fact exist in the Orville universe. Well, we at least know that at least the original trilogy exists in the Orville universe. Now, wouldn't it be hilarious if the original trilogy exists, but the prequels and the new trilogy does not exist? They could do that. It's their own universe. They can do whatever they want. Yes, I know for a fact there's going to be Orville action figures. We also have the new ships coming out. We have Eagle Moss is coming out with a series of Orville ships, but also Corbin FX is making like a 12-inch and I think a 14-inch really high quality models of the Orville, as well as rifles and blasters, and probably some other equipment that are all working. I mean, they don't blast anything, but you know, all the lights and the touchscreens all work. They're so high quality that the Orville actually put in an order for them to use on the show. They put in an order for a bunch of rifles and blasters so that they can actually just use them during filming, because that's how high quality they are. So those are coming our way as well. Piano Dean is here, everybody. Piano Dean, you have made it to the Splosion. We missed you earlier on Twitch. We were doing a watch party on Twitch earlier today, watching Time Zero, the season 5 finale of TNG. We watched part 1. Yes, we will be doing Twitch tomorrow at the usual time. I always have to remember because I'm using other time zones. 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 5 o'clock. No. 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow on Twitch, link is down below. It'd be funny if they watched part of a Star Wars remake and it sucked. Well, what'd be hilarious, Tom? Yes, going along with that, it's Star Wars. It's 400 years in the future. They probably had many remakes of Star Wars by that time. So wouldn't it be hilarious if they were watching a holographic recreation, a remake of Star Wars that was only filmed, 5-6 years ago in the Orville universe? Ooh, the Orville uniform hoodie. I'm sure you can find something out there, an Orville uniform hoodie. It's definitely not official. I would like an official Orville uniform hoodie. I hope Talia is back for season 3. I think it would be silly to think that she wouldn't be back. They just like they did with Priya, except for we haven't seen Priya since. Every time we've seen Talia in an episode, they always give us that sense of, oh, she'll be back. And they definitely did that with more than She's Always a Woman to me, seen in, what was that, season 2, episode 4. Nothing left on Earth excepting fishes. We definitely got that feel that we're going to see her again. Now, she's had the most contact with the Orville. She's the Krill that's had more contact with humans than any other Krill out there. She was also imprisoned by the Union from that moment in season 1, and then she eventually escaped between seasons. She was helped to escape by those weird Union scientists that started believing in Avis. They helped her escape. So she's had the most experience with humans. She's probably the only Krill that's had sex with a human, I assume. She'll be back. JP, I heard that Halston Sage may be making another guest appearance. Is there any credence to that? Well, the rumor is the brown guy. Well, we know for a fact that she's totally up to make an appearance. We also know for a fact that the Orville production, the writers are like, yeah, we would totally love to have Alexa, to have Lara back. If it works with, a script that we come up with, fans want to see her again. It makes total sense that she'll be back, but there is a rumor that she was given a schedule of dates to come in and reprise her role for an episode or two. That's the rumor, but also we don't know if that was done yet, or we also don't know what's going to happen with the rescheduling, because everything has been rescheduled thanks to the worldwide pandemic. But yeah, that's the rumor, that she was actually given a schedule for a couple dates to come and film. Ooh, more Krill spies. You think there would be some more spies if the Krill are going into a treaty with some, enemies, some lesser beings, as they feel. You would think they'd want to implant some more spies to keep an eye on things, right? Bortus gets orders from Oculus and takes over the Orville. Ooh, I hope that doesn't happen. I mean, he could be asked. He can play along with it. You know how Gordon played along in Blood of Patriots? He played along with helping his buddy out to escape and, go kill some Krill. But really, it was all just a trap that he was part of to get his friend to admit what's going on. Maybe Bortus would do that. But they've kind of already done that. So I hate to see them do that again. I mean, they would do it well. But they did just do that. I think it'd be like maybe... Mockless is telling Bortus, you need to come back. And he's like, I will not. Jerks. And Clyden's like, what? It'd be a big old Clyden fight. We need to get Clyden back to being a good guy. In season 1, Clyden was a good guy. We need that back. They are sinister. The Krill are very sinister. Because, it's their belief system. When it comes to, like, humans or any other race, really, everyone is just animals to them because they think they're above everybody. Ooh, I am very interested to see what happens with the Kaylon. Are the Kaylon going to do some sort of, like, Terminator, Skynet type thing where they start coming out with Kaylons with skin that look human? Saying who opened for their world tour pisses off the YouTube bots. Everything pisses off the YouTube bots. Yesterday's Orville. Maybe Alara will come back in the Orville's episode, Yesterday's Orville. Of course, that's talking about Yesterday's Enterprise, where we got to see Tasha Yar come back. Great. One of the best. That was one of the best episodes of TNG. I've already come up with an idea. They should have done a Yesterday's Discovery episode in season 1 where something happens, all of a sudden the lights go out and it comes back up and Discovery looks normal, people are acting normal, the Klingons look normal, everything's normal, And it turns out they went through some kind of time rift that changed everything. And then at the end of the episode, it goes back to whatever Discovery was doing. Boom, right there, they could have said, okay, Discovery is a different timeline. And it would have made the rest of the show a little bit more palatable. At least the first season. I'm thinking of going back, knowing everything I know now, and things that I've just gotten over, because I'm tired of talking, but I'm tired of being mad at certain things, like the Klingons. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm done with it. Picard fixed the Klingons. I'll go knowing what the Klingons are going to be on that show in that timeline. Go back and watch it and just see what I think. Kaylon could be like the T-1000s. Ooh, man. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to see Mark Jackson. I always get confused with Mark Jackson's name because one of my improv teachers was Mark Evans Jackson, who you might remember from, oh God, he's plays Sean the Judge in The Good Place. He plays the lawyer in Parks and Recreation. He plays Captain Holt's husband in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Anyway, he was my improv teacher, and his name's Mark Evan Jackson. But will we get to see Mark Jackson as Isaac again? Like, you know, where it just looks like him. I don't see why he couldn't have... We already know they have the holographic... basically, the mobile holo emitter. That's what Gordon and Ed were using to pretend to be Krill. Why can't... And Isaac's the one who invented that for them. Isaac's the one who invented that. So why wouldn't he invent one for himself so he could walk around as Mark Jackson every once in a while? Like on the bridge. Roman says, hey JP, you look like the guy who got into the club because you know the DJ. I didn't know the DJ, but I knew the guy who knew the DJ, and he got me in. Kalon robots in disguise. Junk, junk, junk. More than meets the eye. Oh no, JP is going to become a Discovery apologist. No, I'm not going to become a Discovery apologist, but I would like to take a look at it from a different point of view now that I've gotten that other point of view done. I've already seen it through that point of view. Now I want to see it from another point of view and see what happens. But also, I kind of just don't want to see it. There's so many other things I need to catch up on. The world really is coming to an end. No, like I've always said with Discovery, all the things I didn't like and some things that I did like, I've always said there's people on that set trying to do the best work that they can. It's just not working out. But I never discredited the people that were just there trying to do their job, trying to do what they think is right. Because no one goes on there going, "Oh, I can't wait to see what I can screw up today." It just didn't work out, the vision they had. But I've always been upfront about that. What's up, Miss the Ninja? Oh, Stephen Klein says, JP, do you think that Annie Winter's character will hook up with Gordon so she can hug that donkey? I hope not. Annie Winters, I don't really know much about her acting roles. I've seen her in a few little things that I looked up. But she is very young. She's very, very young. She's 24 years old, the same age that Halston Sage was when she got hired for the show. Gordon is like mid to late 40s, or not, but Scott Grimes is. I assume Gordon is as well. I'm assuming that Annie Winters is just going to show up and be that youth angle that we lost when Alara left. Once Alara left, we didn't have that youth vibe anymore. I think Annie Winters is going to be taking that spot, as well as being whatever cool character she is. Charlie Burke, the new navigator, is who she is. Don't know what she's about yet, but I assume she's going to be very youngish, very bright and youngish and lively. I would like it though. Maybe Gordon and her will have a brother-sister type thing going on. That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe Gordon kind of starts feeling maybe he should father her a little bit. But what's he know about that, right? We don't know what her backstory is. But I think it would be fun, whatever her character is, if she breaks Gordon's balls a little bit. That would be kind of fun. JP, will we see more of Isaac and the Finn family in season 3? Yes, we got a lot of Finn family coming up. We got a lot of Isaac coming up. I don't know what's going to happen with their dynamic that they used to have in the first half of season 2. I do know that it seems like Claire is kind of open to kind of forgive him eventually. She's got to work through her own feelings, but I guarantee you that Ty, right off the bat, is going to be, I love you, Isaac. He's going to want to, have the same relationship that he had with Isaac. Don't know what Marcus is about yet. Kids these days. But yeah, we're going to be exploring. This new season is supposed to be exploring deeper into these characters, into their lives, what they do when they're not worried about serving on a Union ship. We're going to really get into their more personal stories, which I know is one of the big focuses of this new season. I love Discovery. It's a required taste. Required or acquired? It's an acquired taste. I wouldn't say it's required. It's a brown guy.
Weird how some guys can treat a woman that way and somehow just not be bothered by it.
Is he talking about Annie Winters? JP, here is some money for a better net connection. Well, thank you very much. Oh, we are having a low video output right now. Damn it, I just changed out my modem just a couple days ago because I was having problems with it. Now I'm thinking the problems have nothing to do with my modem. I'm thinking it has something to do with the outside connection. So I'm going to have to call the internet company. We talked about this the other day. I said if this doesn't fix the problems I've been having the last couple weeks, you're going to have to send somebody out to check the outside wiring. Dang it. Dagnammit. Well, it has been an hour, you guys. It is time to finish this stream. Video low output. I'm so sorry about that. So we might as well finish it since YouTube is broken. Maybe also it could be YouTube's fault, but I doubt it. I mean, but everyone is using the internet right now. Dang it. But it's been an hour. We've done our thing, you guys. So if we're gonna end this show, we might as well end it right. So, okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about tonight. Well, we could have talked a little bit longer. Time was flying, but the internet connection sucks. I mean, look at that standard def dumb stuff going on right there, you guys. I hate it so much. But let me know in the comments below what you think should be done to help us keep the Orville vibe alive until season 3 comes our way, you guys. Of course, we're gonna have our Thursday night shows. Got to get this internet going. It looks like it's actually starting to fix up a little bit here, but I've already started ending the show. I wanted to do this an hour anyway. I think you're gonna have to go check. I think Axonar is starting their live show right now. I think I saw something on Twitter about that. It might be starting up in about 1 to 2 minutes, if not now. So if you guys are Axonar fans, you can go check that out. Don't forget to also check out the Orville fan film by Eric the Smoke Moran, A Planetary Step. The link is also down below. You can also click on stuff on there to help support Egotastic FunTime. I'll be coming out with a new Egotastic FunTime season very soon. But as always, I hope all your times are Egotastic FunTimes. And, I got another button I gotta press. Love you, bye-bye.
Egotastic FunTime, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic FunTime, give me all your money.
There was no equipment malfunction.
Well, you don't have to brag about it.
We'll find it funny, just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money. CBS can suck my balls.